Hello guys, hope you are doing great, and in this video we are going to create an application in Blup which is going to be more towards just logging in with the users. So over here basically what will happen is there would be two pages most probably, and we are just going to see how we can create a logging screen while using pre-built backend system of Blup. So it will use front end designing part, a logic part, and integrating it with the backend. So it will take care of email and password logging in. So let's start with by creating an application. So I will just give it a name. So let's call it my user app and just hit next. Start for free, and it will just open up a screen. And in this screen what we have to do is just remove all the details over here for now, and let's just make it white. So for the screens, what we need to do is we need to add a page. So first is going to be a signing in page, and second will be the user registration. So let's start with the second page first, the user registration one. So let me just type it over here. Okay, so it is currently in white color. So over here, so it doesn't happen, but if your text was of previous white color, then it might take that color. But for now, let's just make it bold, and we can just increase its height. We just need to drop in some text fields. So just go over here in the insert, drop some text fields. Okay, all right. So let me just get a little closer. We can just name it name. Okay, this one email, and this last one password. And let's make this password new password. I think would be much better. Okay, all right. So after that we would need a button, which we can change to save. Or I would say register would be much better. Register. So once registered, it will just say success. So for the success, let's just type it in. We can just make it, I would say, green. Green looks much better. And if it's a failure, we could just show it over here. User registration failed. Let's make it red. Okay. And we just need to make them not visible because we don't want them to be seen over here. We just want them when we click on this register button, and based on the result we get back, we are going to show those texts. So for now, this is all the user registration thing. I think make it like this way. Okay, and similarly I'll just make it up here. These are going to be the user registration, and apart from this, we can just create user sign up. Oh, not sign up, the sign in. So for that we just need these three things, and we can just copy paste over here, and I think we can just take them up. We don't want to register, but sign in. The first one is going to be email, and the last one is going to be password. And we would need one more button. Oh, not new page, but yeah, we might need a new page, so just let it be there. So we just need a button. Which we can say user not registered yet. Up there, can just copy this. I think we can just put it in the text and change the fill of this one to a little light color, something like this. So yeah, and this final screen, just copy it, paste it over here. We could say user home. Okay. And we can just drop some kind of an images over here, I think, which would look good, I would say. We can put this one. With some styles. Okay, all right. So we have the user sign in, we have the user station, we have the user home. So now let's just connect all of these together. So first of all, let's just connect this button to this page. So just right click on it, go to the add logic, and first remove this previous unrequired nodes. So we will just go over here. Okay, so now we just need a page navigator. Just connect it over here, and we want to go to page 2. This is called page 2. You can just rename it as well to user registration. It will be changed to user registration. And this one is the home. And the first one, sign up. All right, so we have all of these things up here. So now what we have done is we have connected these two pages, but first let's start with user registration. So for the user registration, we need name, we need email, we need new password, and a register button. So for this, let's just right click on the register button and add logic. So let's call it just a button. Let's see. Okay, so this is the registration button, and we have those elements. So let me just make some space and just call these ones. So they will come over here, this will come over here, and the final one will come over here. And now what we need to do is we need to just take their inputs and pass it to the Blup database. So this is the backend. So I've opened up the backend. Okay, so this is the backend. And now let's create a new table. And we can just call it login details. And we need 3 columns. First is the name. Second is the email ID. We just call it email. And the last one is your password. Okay, so that is it we need over here. Then just go to the SQL. So let's create a new SQL and let's call it save user details. So over here we need an insert query. Okay, I have already opened it up. So in the insert, this is the insert query. Like you can just search, Google it, SQL insert, that's it. Open up anything, like you can just search over here, SQL insert, that's it. You will find this first one, like you could see over here. So we need insert into table name and the column name. So let's move this insert. Yeah, the blinking is going upside. This blinking, we'll fix it, it's not a big problem. Insert into table name. Table is called login details. So then I think those are the column names. Email, I think it starts with the name first. Name, email, and password. These are all the tables columns, and then we need to pass the values. Values will be to pass in the variable, so because those values will come from the application, the name, the email, the password. So for that, what you have to do is you have to use double braces, double curly braces. So like this, you could see these are 4 curly braces, 2 starting, 2 ending, and over there you could just write name or anything you want. Now this is a variable, and similarly we have to do it for email and password. So for the namesake, for the tutorial, I will just call it where name, where email, where password, so that it becomes easier for us to understand what's going on. Yeah, that's it. So now you can just save it. This is saved. You can just try it out by your test arguments. So you could, in the name field, oh, it's not name now, it is where name. You would pass test user where email test user @gmail.com, then where password, let's just call it Koti for now. Save event updated. Now you can just run it. So as you can see, it is a success. It has affected the rows, not row 1, and insert ID and all those things. So yeah, we can just go here, refresh it. So as you can see, this is the user. So these are previous users. I tested it out previously, so it has these details, but this is the current one that we have just entered. So now what we are going to do is we are just going to fetch all those details from the mobile app that we are creating. So moving forward, just go over here, the things that you have created, go to Blup Sheets API. Over here, just select the query, save user details. So it is asking for name, email and password, which these three text fields are going to give it to us. So the first one is of name. Let me just rename it. Name field. And this is email field. And this is, I think, password field. So what we need to do is on text change is what we need to get. Just drag and drop it, because these are triangles. If they have any kind of a return value, so on text changed returns us a text. So if you just drag and drop it, it will automatically give you what the value that function is going to return. To understand how these things work, I would suggest to go through the video, the beginner video for logics. So now just take this one and pass it in the name, because it is name, it goes over there. Similarly, we need to do it for these two, for email, and this is for the password. That is it. So now we need a trigger to run this thing. So use run trigger, because we want to run it when someone click on a button, on the registration button. So just take this one and pass it over here. Yeah, that's it. Boom, done. Now, but we are not done yet. We also have those two fields which suggest if the value is registered or not. So I think for that, just go over to this eye. It will highlight all the hidden elements in a page. So if you click over here and press it, the eye, then it will show for this page. If you will click over here, like you can see, it is gone. If I click back on this page, it is showing it over here. If I can just hide it, see it, kind of like that. So for now, I just need for the success. Failure, how it can fail. I think it can fail if a person is not connected to an internet and they don't receive any kind of a answer back. But I think that is out of the scope of today's video. We will cover it later on. But for now, let's just cover the success thing. So over here, like you can see on success, I just pressed it over here. So that's why it is showing me all those things. So on success, we just need to make it visible. So for that, just go here. Not this one. We need boolean. Just connect it with the visible and use run trigger and just run it like that. Yep, that is it. So currently the visible value over in the logics panel, it works in the opposite manner, because previously it was is hide in place of is visible. So hide and visible are opposite to each other. So right now that is not fixed for now, but it will be fixed I think in the coming updates. So for now it works in the opposite manner. So if you want an item to be visible, you would have to make it false. If you want an item to hide, then you have to make it true. So right now we want to make it visible, so just I made it false. It is just for now. Later on, after some updates, it will be fixed. So then you will have to make it true, then it will be visible. For now, it is opposite. So moving on. So that is all we have to do, and we can run it. I think this is the screen. So we have to do registration. Okay, so after clicking on that button, we are here now. For the user registration, just call it WAM. I will just call it wam@gmail.com. New new password wam qwerty. Right now it is just showing it in this way. You can change it and make it kind of like those dots. It will not show up. If you just click on this and just go on the bottom, make it password field, and just click on it, run it once more. Let's just try it out. So just call it wam @gmail.com wam. So now I've clicked on the registration button. So as you can see, user successfully registered. This is what we have done. So let's just check it in the backend as well. As you can see in the login details, you have these values over here, wam, email ID, and the password. So for now, what we need to do is we just need to go here, sign in the user. Now for that, just need to right click on it, add logic, we have this button, you just can call it sign in. Okay, so now what we need to do is we just need to right click. This is email field. I'll just call it email. This is password. I'll just call it password. And then we just have to pass in those values in the sign in. So for that, what we need to do is call the Blup sheet API. But here's the catch, we have not created the SQL to check if the user exists or not if we enter these email ID and password. So just go here, go to this SQL, create the add button, just say check user registration. So we could say select all from login details where email equals curly braces where email and password is equals to where password. That's it. So we could just save it. We can pass in some test queries just to check it out. Email, no, where email, alright, where email, where password. Let's call it wam, and the password was wam 40. Save the event, run the SQL. So the answer is empty. So it means we have entered the wrong details. So wam @gmail.com, because it's an email, then run it. Okay, so now we have the details. It will just give us the details back. It means the user exists and we have entered this right email and passwords. So that means we can log that person in. So for now, what we need to do is just call that thing, just reload queries over here, check user registration. on text changed. Over here as well, on text changed. Text, which is an email, pass it over there. It's an email. Then pass this one in the password field. And then on success we would get the detail, but as you could see, that was an empty list if that user does not exist. So we just need to check if it is empty or not. So let's just pass the list over there. So if the list is empty, that would mean the user does not exist, and if the list is filled, it would mean the user exists. So what we need to do, if the user exists, go to the user home. If user does not exists, show the error code over here. Okay, we have not added the error code, so let's just add that thing. Let me just make it colorful, or maybe just black, or maybe red, cause it's an error. User details are not correct or are incorrect. This one, just go down, visibility off, go over here, click on this one, add logic. This is the error one, let's name it error text. What we need is an if else statement. So what we are going to do is we are just going to pass in the condition and run it from here. And if the list is empty, or let's do list is empty, false, then page navigate, means the user exists. False, and then just redirect him to the home. And if that user does not exist, then we just have to show the error. So make a boolean. As I said, we have to make it false to make it visible. It is opposite right now, but it will be fixed. So just make it user and trigger. Take this, connect it. There you go. I think that is it. Now just have we connected these? Okay, we have not connected these two. So on the click of the sign in button, this query will run. So let's just run this thing. Let me just enter WAM. Okay, we have to enter the email ID, not the name. gmail.com. The password was WAM. What? So I've entered this. Similarly, like you can make it a dotted one as well by going over there in the property panel. But for now, let's just sign in. You can add in a loader as well if you want, if that works for you. So now, as you can see, this works. So I have this IDM one. So what it does is it removes the image. So that's one of the problems. If I would press an Alt, it should be there now. or should it not be? So it's my desktop's problem, not Blup or Flutter's problem. So it will show an image over here. So that is it. That's how you get to the user home page. And what if I enter a wrong password or an email? So if I would do that, it will say user details are incorrect. So that is it, folks. This was about signing in using Blup as a backend, and where we were storing the email and the password and just checking it out if it is right or wrong, and then showing the details based on that. So yeah, thank you guys. Hope you have a nice day. Let's see you in the next video. And till then, bye bye. Take care.